With vaccination availability increasing and COVID-19 cases and hospitalization rates continuing to decline, the city is now in a position where we can rescind the state of local emergency effective today. Calgarians have done an incredible job adhering to the public health measures and responding to the call to get vaccinated, allowing us to keep in step with the province's open for summer plan. While the soul has been lifted, it's important we proceed with cautious optimism. We will continue with the activation of the municipal emergency plan for the foreseeable future to ensure that all city services and partners are working in lockstep with one another as we strive towards a summer reopening. This will allow us to continue to coordinate crisis communications and set common priorities and objectives across the agency. This means that the adaptive roadway program will continue over the summer on some of Calgary's roadways, and adjustments will be made as health restrictions are lifted. Health orders and related bylaws will continue to be enforced.
We've seen a lot of ingenuity and a lot of innovation over the last year, and this is another step in our movement towards a brighter future. But because I'm always a bit of a downer, I will say that the epidemiological data show that there is a risk, especially with these new variants, of a fourth wave in the fall. We don't want that. None of us want that. And so ultimately, let's keep doing what we need to do, and especially let's encourage everyone 12 and over to get that vaccination. I'm quite concerned about the outbreak at the Foothills Hospital. It's a small outbreak and it's been managed, but I'm concerned about the math behind it and what it said about the need for those second doses. So right now, my sense is that we should probably use a second dose-based trigger for when we remove the mask bylaw. But I want to be clear about something. There are some folks who are trying to make this a big deal, a big fight between the province and the city. Ultimately, Dr. Hinshaw has to make a recommendation for the whole province. And the cabinet will decide whether or not to accept her recommendation. We here, and we all respect her great work on that. And we here at the City of Calgary have to make a decision for Calgary based on the very local issues here, based on the outbreaks here, based on the variants here, based on the neighborhoods here. And so we will make that decision. But ultimately, we're probably talking about a difference of a few weeks at most. If the province is to lift their mask mandate by the 1st of July, let's say, and we choose to keep it in place until we have a higher second dose percentage, if people keep getting their second doses at the rate they're getting them, the difference will probably be a couple of weeks. So I'm speculating, but I would find it hard to imagine that we would not repeal the face coverings bylaw by the end of July at the latest.